and they're not retained by the county. And we started that before the Treasury directions were made, because we had a big problem with these salary byproducts, and staff were not very happy about it. So we said we must pay the deductions at the time when they're due. You pay the entire salary and the deductions. For example, if it's in a bank, a contributory entity is with a particular bank, then that money goes to that bank directly.
Okay, Auditor General, keep this in view, because the next year that the CC is offering, we cannot take it at this point if you have not looked at it. Senator Cherargei.
The governor did not respond on this under 1 year of an increase of 90%, 1.7 billion. He didn't give us a clarity. Although on the employee payables, all of us agreed that this was money that was already deducted, budgeted for and deducted. So where is it? That is the whole point. So the OAG and the county must tell us where this, now that the segregation has been provided by CCM, this 294, but this growth of 90% within 1 year of 1.7 billion on the note number 32. What is the composition, Governor?
Governor, did you get the question?
I still don't get the question. I apologize.
Let me
rephrase your question.
Governor, Senator, and the principal of Linda Mwananchi, let me repeat.
Order. We have the governor of Siaya.
But he has already declared himself as a party leader.
No, that's
anyway, that's another story for another day.
Please. Yeah.
So, under 1 year,
it cannot be a story, it's reality.
but is the chair, Governor, is the chair who is ruling it out of order, it's not me. So, Governor, my only concern within 1 year of all this total 1.8 billion chair, there was a growth of 1.7 billion of 90% within 1 year. So I want to understand the story behind it. That is my, if you can give me one.
Where you're getting that.
That is not number 32.
I don't know where you're getting that growth, because the opening balance was 1.4, which came to 1.8.
No, here, if you look at aging analysis down there, under 1 year, they were in financial year 2024, and I think the chair has analyzed, there was a growth of 1.7 billion within 1 year. So the story behind it, out of 1.8 billion.
I think it's the responsibility of the county to respond.
Yes.
Senator Maruma is a mathematics guru.
No, to understand, because up here, where we have the trade and other payables, it was from 1.4 to 1.8. But he has corrected that he's looking at these lower numbers here.
Yeah, the aging analysis was not number 32.
I believe you got the question. I would not offer a response on your behalf. It is your numbers.
Chair, if you look at note 32, page 33, the 1.4 is for 1st July 2024, and then at the end of that year, 1.8 billion. And then the aging analysis, we are not analyzing 1.4, we are analyzing 1.8. Now, the makeup of the 90% is 1.7 out of the 1.8. Now, what is the driver for this 1.7? For FY that year, you find.
Chair,
can we establish whether that is growth or that is composition?
Chair, that is composition. What is the composition of the 1.8? If you
Fine,
see the
so
total,
it is not a 90% growth.
It is not a 90% growth.
Why is it difficult to provide that explanation?
So, but in the analysis, it says under 1 year. Chair, can you look? Under 1 year, it was 90%, a growth of 1.7. The years have been given there. Total tied above is 1.8. So I really want to know the composition. It is them who have done the analysis, although I'm aware that somebody who did was not in good standing. But the point I'm trying to make is why this growth. That is my only concern.
Okay.
Because if the governor can tell us he was doing a project or something that created that exponential growth, then if there is a proof to that, we leave it there, Chair. And it is their own documents.
Fine. Can you respond?
I think in the document speaks for itself, and I cannot do any better. When documents speak for it themselves, explanations do not add anything to it. My understanding is composition, like under 1 year, debt of 1.7 billion was 90% of the total sum of 1.8 billion. It was not growth. At all.
So, Governor, what is through the Chair? What is the composition of this 1.7?
Yeah, the question is,
Senator Murumu?
we did not pay 1.7 billion
Yes, within 1 year.
under 1 year. What is it? Is it salary arrears that delayed? What is it? Why accumulate a pending bill of 1.7 billion? That is what Senator Cherargei is asking. Is it delayed exchequer that then after June 30th you are able to pay? You know that explanation.
I think my Vice Chair is giving leading answers. I don't know where he should sit with us or sit with the Governor. I'm confused. But Chair, I think the point is making, although he's leading the Governor to maybe hold a clutching straw as he drowns, by telling him it could be salary. So the composition, because the Governor, remember in your documents, you have indicated through the Chair that he has a payment plan. So we want to know under this 1 year, if you had a payment plan and you have not paid in one single year 1.7 billion, what is the story behind it? Thank you, Chair.
I think that's fair. You can make reference to the annexures that are before us. I don't think none of the questions from these senators is idle, so you have a responsibility to respond to them.
Chair, of the 1.7 billion, at the end of that financial year, you'll find we did not receive exchequer as of end of June. So it flowed into July. So heavily, the 1.87 is recurrent, staff and development projects heavily. And then for that financial year, we had OSR that we were not able to meet, and hence the composition of the 1.7.
Do you have that information now? How much was the exchequer that was released late? Is it possible for you to give us that figure now?
Proof that movement, because even if it was released at the cutoff of the end of financial year, there must be a view, because it's your money. The fact that the cutoff was then, so where is it? Because, Chair, I can see a number of projects which you had linked with your earlier question on the issue of development projects, and he says part of the composition includes the projects.
Chair, if you look at Annex 8, and then there's also additional Annex 8.
Additional annex?
237.
I can only see
Page 237.
237. We are there.
I think, CC, we are taking too long on this matter. Give us quick, direct answers. You have long annexures here, just point us to the pages, and then if they speak for themselves, we can proceed.
237, page 237, Annex 8, and then there's a summary. We have put there under 1 year, the total pending bills was 1.7, total amount paid to date is 573, 898, 967, outstanding balance is 1.1. That is the 90%. So page 237, Annex 8.
Is that the document signed by, who are the signatories to that?
Enoch and Cornell.
Okay. Senator Gattai?
Yeah, but
just a minute, Senator Gattai.
We thought we could attend a very serious business with Liason, the two of us with Njong. We can represent you now that you are chair as well.
Okay, I could grant you leave to deal with that, and you can leave at your convenience.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Senator
you could have
Cherargei.
also thanked Maruma for induction.
Senator Cherargei.
So Chair, so that is why, I don't know whether since his term is ending tomorrow, because in your presentation, you had said you owe 44 million municipalities, but here in the documents, and I think, Chair, that is why it was important, because if you see it is 50 million here. His document, page 237. Chair, that's why you were insisting to him that he should refer to something, because when he was answering us with Maruma, he says the defunction was 44 million, which I know that. But when you go to the document, just in passing, yes, it is 50,895,163.7 that was salary arrears for defunct and local authority, which forms part of employee payables. So,
what I think what we can do on this particular matter, 90% of the debt was current. 10% of the debt was older than 1 year. Some of it has been settled. Auditor General, please keep this in view and let us know whether this 1 billion, the 90%, was settled in the year under review, or it has graduated to the next age band. If it has graduated to the next age band, then we'll have a problem. But debt within 1 year is fairly manageable. I think we have seen situations where some counties come here with debt older than 1 year, making up 60 or 70% of their total debt stock. So we can allow the Auditor General to look at this, scrutinize it thoroughly. Auditor, give us an assurance that when it comes to deductions, there are no deductions that are made and are not remitted to the statutory bodies. I think it's something that I believe is within the scope of the audit that you are doing currently.
That is true, Chair. It was one of our subject matters during our audit, and it is still our subject matter. We are checking that all statutory deductions are being remitted in time. And if indeed we find any this time loud, we are still going to report on it. Thank you, Chair.
So members, Senator Maruma, finally.
On what Senator Cherargei was referring to, the 50.98 million, there's a figure down there, that amount paid is 6.5. I think that's how you're getting the 44 million. The only issue that is still pending is that when you get 44 million, it is not tying up with the figure of 32 million. They are varying. So we need to know which is which. Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep this matter in view. Let's proceed to the other cross-cutting matter, because the third one is just the debt to revenue ratio, which stood at what percentage, Auditor General?
Chair, the ratio stood at 27%.
Against a baseline of?
Against 20%.
Against 20%.
Yes.
Again, we have agreed that in this financial year, you will do that assessment for all the counties, so that when you are doing a ranking of counties, PBO is working on something to rank counties on objective fiscal